Yeah, I'm a student.
Okay, and are you going to have the same name? Are you still Kim?
Yeah, I'll have the same name. Sure. Sounds good.
Okay. Well, Kim, thanks for joining me today. What are your best hopes for talking?
Well, I have recently, we've been meeting for a while, and I want to do better in school. I want to be a good student. I want the teachers to recognize me as someone who can do something good. But more than anything, I want to go on my Week Without Walls trip to
Uh,
Oman.
what difference would that make?
I'd have fun on that trip, but more than anything, I would prove those teachers wrong.
And what? How would that be helpful? Would that be useful to prove them wrong?
Because right now they I feel like they don't give me a chance. They just think I'm causing trouble all the time, and sometimes I do. And but I want to do this. I want to make a difference. I want to be recognized in a good way.
So, if we helped you be recognized in a good way, would that really sum up what you're looking for? Would that be a good use of our time right now if we could help you be recognized in a good way?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're going to obviously you want this, but even to pepper this a little bit more, okay? You're going to have a miracle happen before a week without walls. And you're going to be exactly the kid that you know you want to be, that you know you are. And you're going to so when you're at that point, the thing is though when you wake up, you're not going to know what happened. So, what will be the first small signs that you're that kid?
Mm,
That you're being recognized in a good way?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. I'm not there. I'm not in your head. So, what would be the first small signs for you? Now, remember, you already have it. The miracle already happened. You are that kid. So, when you wake up and you're doing everything you need to do, what are the first small signs?
Maybe I finish my work in my class. I use my time wisely.
Okay.
Um, my friends aren't distracting me by laughing at all of the things that I do, and I'm not escalating it and laughing with them.
So, what would you be doing instead?
Well, I've been learning that sometimes when things start to escalate, it's better sometimes for me to walk away or not take part in something and not laugh,
How do
because
you?
that's when the teacher noticed me.
That's so hard. How do you do that though? You're already doing that?
Well, I know I need to do it.
Ah. So, when you're at your 10 on this 1 to 10, like with butterflies, puppy dogs,
Mm,
everything's working, and you're able to walk away and finish your work in class and you're using your time, um, what's helping you do all this? Well, you
I don't
said that
know.
you walk away. Where are you in the class when all this is working so well?
Well, I usually sit with my friend Ferris. I usually sit with my friend Frederick.
Well, but when you're at your 10, are you with Ferris and Frederick?
If I'm with Ferris and Frederick, I wouldn't be at a 10.
Well, but so if we're at your 10, where are you? And where are you in the classroom in proximity to them?
I probably need to sit next to someone like Carla.
Okay. So when you're near Carla, how does that help you?
Well, she focuses.
Okay,
She's
so
not going to make me laugh.
okay, so you're sitting near Carla, you're focusing. You mentioned finishing your work. What are you doing differently on on these days when you're finishing your work?
Well, I get distracted. I don't know. Sometimes I daydream,
No,
but
when you're finishing your work, what are you doing then? What are
I
you
just
gonna
know
do?
I need to do it. I,
Yeah,
I'm I know I need to do it. I my mom is so sad right now. She cries every time my teacher sends her an email.
oh, I'm
She
sorry.
cries because the teachers don't believe in me and she's frustrated and I just don't want her to cry anymore.
I'm sorry, Kim. That's hard.
Mm.
Um, but at your 10, I think you're saying there'd be no tears.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so what would you have instead of tears at your 10?
Oh, I think it would be fun to celebrate. Maybe my dad won't be working anymore. Like maybe he'll have time as well. We could go out for dinner. I could see him. He's always on his phone. He's busy taking calls with all the time zones.
And when you're at your 10 and you're finishing your work and you have this time with your dad and your mom is wait, I can't I almost said your mom's smiling. I don't know what your mom's doing. What is your mom doing at this 10?
Oh, I think she would be happy. She would be smiling.
Mom's smiling. And what would you be doing to help all of this happen? Because you're talking about things that are happening at home, not in class. So what else is happening at home?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, my parents, they care about me and they want me to do well and I want to do well, but um they're just tired of this, They're just tired of, like I said, these emails and they're kind of rolling their eyes at these teachers and I kind of roll my eyes at them as well, but um I think, there's a few teachers I think that are nice and a few teachers I think that want believe in me, but I just, especially my science teacher, I really want him to believe in me and that's where I guess I just want to just show him that I can focus.
So do you mind if I ask you a little bit more about that?
Hmm.
Okay, so at your 10, let's just to clarify, you're finishing your work, you're using your time wisely, you're sitting near Carla, you're focused, you're celebrating, mom's smiling, dad's with you. Now, if that's your 10, it sounds like in science you've at least tasted something okay and you want to taste more of it. Like where are you now on that 1 to 10 scale in science?
Well, I was just suspended last week because myself and my friend Frederick made some ridiculous pictures. So I'm not far. I mean, I went down, but I need to go back up
Mhm.
because I like science. It's my favorite subject. I like the content. I just feel the teacher doesn't believe in me right now from
Well,
that experience.
yeah, and that's hard, but you got through it. You're here with me now. You're
Yeah.
thinking about these good things and you're motivated. So now you're a little bit higher than you were when you got suspended. So where are you now on this 1 to 10 scale?
Well, last week I was probably at a 2 in science.
Hmm.
Maybe a 7.
Wow, 7. Could you tell me? It sounds like you're having some success right now. Can you tell me what's working right now in science that's helping you, that helped you jump from a 2 to a 7?
Well, I mean, I had this in-school suspension and it sucked. My friends weren't around me. I had to sit with another teacher. Like it was 10 o'clock. I felt like it was 5:30 at night. I missed everything and I realized, well, even though sometimes school sucks, I prefer to be with my friends.
But when you were with doing it sounds like if you jumped from a 2 to 7, though, something happened. So what happened that was good during that interval?
Well, I went and talked to my counselor and figured out like being suspended sucks.
It must be great. So
So Yeah.
after you realize that, getting suspended sucks, uh, what did you do to help yourself get the work done?
Well, I've got one of my teachers, and I know she really believes in me. She really wants me to go on this Week Without Walls trip.
Mhm.
And she's kind of made like a little bit of a recipe to share with all of the teachers so that they can see success. And I just figured, you know what? I have nothing to lose. I don't want to be suspended. I don't want to not go on this Week Without Walls trip and stay in this room, like be away from my friends. So what do I have to lose? It's up to me, really.
So, when you were telling yourself it's up to me, what happened then?
I just, on the next day, on Friday, when I went back to school, I just, I just tried.
Tried. What did you do to help yourself try? Because you
I
were,
listened.
oh,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are you doing to remind yourself to say it's up to me?
Well, as I said, like being suspended was not fun, and I don't want to do it again.
But
I don't.
all that led you to do something. You weren't just saying that sucked. You then did something. What did you do? How did you then start getting work done?
Well, I just had to show that I was working. Like my teachers are watching me now. They're all watching. They have to write down on this form if I'm performing, if I'm listening, if I have good behavior. So
Are you doing so? You're doing those. You're
I want to,
listening.
yeah, because that I'm listening, I'm showing my eye contact. Usually I just look down at my and I keep my hair in front of my eyes. Um, but now I'm trying to show them my eyes. I'm trying to participate. I'm trying to ask
Participating.
questions.
That's hard, especially when you hate the person. How are you getting yourself to actually speak to these people? Like, I understand science, you like science. Some of these other teachers you don't really care for, and you're participating. How are you
I'm
getting
trying. I'm
trying?
trying.
Now, all of that is fine and good, but you're also doing work. What are you doing to get yourself to work?
Well, I'm motivated by this Week Without Walls trip.
Yeah. But even after that week with All's trip, you're going to go. You are. Just listen to all the good
Mm.
stuff you're doing. You're motivated, you're participating, you're making eye contact with these people you hate. You're listening, you're showing your work. You're telling yourself, Kim, it's up to me. You're getting it done. You talk to your counselor. You remember this whole in school suspension sucked. Uh, it's going to happen, but it's going to keep happening after you're done too. So after the
Mm.
trip, and you have this great trip. So if we want to just focus on the trip, we can. But I think you're creating whole new habits. And with these whole new
Mm.
habits, you're going to keep riding this wave. So if you're already at your 7, tomorrow you're going to be one step higher. Tomorrow's Monday. We're in the home stretch for this week with all Wall's contract. Tomorrow you're going to be one step higher. What'll be the first small signs that you're at an 8 tomorrow?
Well, I hope my mom doesn't get an email from anyone, or if she does get an email, maybe it's a good one.
Okay, what
Um,
would emails say?
it would say, I noticed Kim, she was doing a great job today. Keep it up.
Um, and who's going to write that? Because this is going to happen. Tomorrow you're going to be at your 8, and you're going to get this great email. Who's going to be the first teacher to notice that this Kim
Mm.
shows up?
I think it's going to be my French teacher because I think already my French teacher is, I noticed that she was speaking to me just a little bit nicer the
Ah,
other day. And I felt like maybe she saw something or she believed in me, maybe, or
what else are you going to show her? What are you going to do to keep being that Kim?
Well, I think I can ask questions.
No.
I did my work in class, so I didn't have any homework. We have a test coming up, and in our next class where we're going to review.
Okay.
Um, Maybe I'll ask some questions and share some of my ideas with someone else. Maybe I could try to help them.
Nice. Now, with all of this happening, is there anything you need to start doing tonight to help make
Mm.
this more likely tomorrow?
Well, one of the things we've been talking about is like just these routines because I've got at my house a brother and a sister, and they're so pesty and they're always on their devices and they're always late. And my mom like loses it in the morning when she's trying to get us to school on time because the traffic's so bad. So I think I've been really trying to like just help them, like just get up and get rolling a little bit
So
and
you'll help your
without any nagging.
nice. So you'll help your siblings, and that'll be a great help. And how will that help your mom? What will your mom notice?
Oh man, I think maybe she'll smile on the on the drive.
Next, nice. Mom's smiling, so you'll all be in the car on time. You'll be helping your siblings. But what about tonight? You've mentioned a lot about work.
Mm.
Is there anything that has to get done tonight to make sure that you walk in and your French teacher is nicer and your science teacher is nicer and you're seeing all this stuff tomorrow?
Actually, I have this template, kind of like a planning thing, because I don't plan anything, and my mom doesn't know how to use my iPad. And like some of my teachers use Google Classroom, some use Manage Back. No one knows what's going on. The school doesn't know. They don't have a system. Everybody just uses one or the other. So I've decided to get a piece of paper and just kind of make a calendar. And so I'm going through that.
So you
And
go
I
through
think,
the calendar tonight. You'll go
yeah,
through the planner and you're going to do what with that?
well, just know what I need for tomorrow so I can think about it, and just be prepared.
Excellent. So it sounds like you've got a pretty good picture. So as we were going through all of this, what are the big takeaways that you really want to remember from today?
Well, I think you helped me to remember that some of the things I am doing, but I think it goes beyond this week without walls trip.
And it sounds to me like you know you can do it. I know you can do it. What do you think? Can you do it?
Yeah, I can do it.
So I'd say your big takeaway is I can do it.
Great.
And that is actually, I have to bring everyone back right now.
Okay, great. Thank you. That was a pleasure to work with you that way.